The Denver Broncos are gearing up to hire their fifth coach in 8 years. While there's no shortage of candidates, Sean Payton seems to be the favorite. And good news, he likes them too. But don't take it from me. Let's look at what Sean Payton had to say about Russell Wilson. It's no secret that the Denver Broncos have their sights set on Sean Payton as their new head coach. And star quarterback Russell Wilson is doing everything he can to get his team their #1 target. In fact, just recently, Colin Cowherd revealed he and Payton just had dinner and talked about the Broncos' job. According to Cowherd, one of the main reasons Wilson wants Payton as his coach is because he thinks the former Super Bowl winner can help him overcome the problems he had as a quarterback in 2022.
Said Thursday that Russell Wilson has reached out to Sean Payton, wants him as the Broncos coach. Sean Payton interviewed for the job on Tuesday. Payton has also been connected to the Cardinals, the Panthers, and the Texans. I don't know how I'd feel about this if I'm Greg Penner, CEO of the Broncos. Russell Wilson realizes that, number one, he needs to be fixed, and number two, Sean Payton's the guy to fix it.
And it seems like those feelings aren't one-sided, because Sean Payton thinks the same. If you don't know, the former New Orleans Saints head coach interviewed for the job earlier this week, and the outcome has been quite positive. You see, as I mentioned, everyone knew Denver, or more importantly Russell, wanted Payton, but a lot of us were wondering if he actually wanted to work with them. Well, at least according to a new report, he does. Just shortly after the interview, NFL insider Mark Mask revealed that Payton had told people close to him that he likes the Broncos' stable ownership and is willing to work with Russell Wilson. Payton is reportedly ready to work with just about anyone if the franchise is willing to give him more than $20 million each season. And sources have indicated that Denver is willing to pay him that. Now, that's a lot of money, but not because of Wilson. As you might expect after last year's collective and individual meltdown, the Broncos are not making their decisions on Wilson's preferences. However, it adds to Payton's belief that he fits with Broncos ownership and can fix Wilson. But all that effort comes at a price, and the Broncos have to decide if they're willing to pay up that much to fix their star QB. And no, I'm not just talking about the $20 million salary package. You see, in order to sign Wilson, the Broncos would have to give up their first-round pick from the Bradley Chubb trade to Miami in exchange for Payton. Not just that though, it's quite possible that they'll also have to give up a third-round pick or something of the sort. Now, Saints GM Mickey Loomis is a known negotiator, so he'll probably gun for a better deal, but there may come a time when he has to take the best offer for a close friend. And it's not like what's already on the table is chump change. In fact, some people may feel like it's more than what Payton's worth. How did they get to that conclusion? I have no idea. But here's what I know. Payton could be the answer to all of Denver's problems. From Vance Joseph to Vic Fangio and Nathaniel Hackett, the last three head coaches all had one thing in common: zero head coaching experience. While the Joseph and Fangio era were nothing to rave about, things were exceptionally bad under Nathaniel Hackett. Apart from having one of the worst offenses in the NFL, one of their star players, Russell Wilson, looked like he was past his prime. Wilson's desire for Payton as his coach makes sense. Payton is widely regarded as one of the game's top offensive thinkers. If anyone can fix the Broncos' problems this season, it's him. Also, let's not forget Wilson and Payton both know each other very well. The QB not only faced Payton's New Orleans Saints during his decade in Seattle, but he was also coached by him at the Pro Bowl. But the biggest advantage that Payton brings to the table is his experience and success coaching a shorter quarterback. Like, just look at Drew Brees, one of Payton's biggest success stories.
We gotta finish! Every snap, every series, every half, this game, we finish! Let's play longer, harder, tougher, smarter! Keep knocking them down, one at a time! We ain't apologizing for nothing today! Let's go win today, baby! Let's go finish what we started, here we go! Hey, let's play like we know how to play, and let's win like we know how to win! And we gotta say we that! We that, baby!
He's barely 6 feet tall, but has been able to build a Hall of Fame career thanks to his ability to read plays in the pocket and choose throwing lanes through and over his offensive line. Guess how tall Wilson is? 5'11". So if Brees can do it, so can he. In fact, Wilson's shown us in the past that he can play. Otherwise, Payton wouldn't have taken so much interest in him. Payton probably judges Wilson based on the large body of work that a decade-plus career in the NFL provides. After tying Peyton Manning's rookie record for passing touchdowns, leading the Seattle Seahawks to 2 consecutive Super Bowl appearances and a victory, and then being traded to the Broncos, it's insane how people can claim he doesn't have it. Like, this guy is no joke. And that's what coaches like Sean Payton are all about. Building, or in Russ's case, rebuilding, the guy everyone overlooks. Obviously, this is not to downplay Wilson's serious decline in 2022. But when compared to the coaching incompetence that coincidentally left Denver with the firing of Nathaniel Hackett, a guy like Payton is likely to see it as an outlier, which might very well be the case. But while Denver and Payton might be betting a lot of their future on Russell Wilson, the Seahawks cut that string loose a while ago in favor of a guy like Geno Smith. When Russell Wilson first left Seattle, a lot of people expected the team to go into complete chaos mode. But Geno Smith had other plans. He beat out Wilson and the Denver Broncos in Week 1 in a huge statement victory.
Nice out there. Yeah, keep going, man. Keep going. Yeah, love watching you, bro. Yep. It's a big one today. Another huge win. Man, just grateful to be out here. Grateful for the opportunity.
I've been able to be around so many amazing young kids, so many amazing people. Just, I think to be able to give back. You know, the reality is that much is given, much is required.
The city's been everything to me. You know, this has been a special place, and it's always going to be a special place for me.
The QB passed over 4,200 yards and 30 touchdowns in the regular season. He was on a whole other level in that game. Then just a few days later, he did the unthinkable, beating the 49ers while on the road. Smith did end the game with 253 yards and 2 scores, to his credit, which wasn't as impressive as his last one, but still pretty good. But what wasn't pretty good was the fact that he made a crucial error by throwing an interception in a game in which they could not afford any mistakes.
Everything for me has got to get better. I'm not at all satisfied. You know, I don't feel good about what happened today. I feel like we could have kept going. And so for me, man, I just got to be better, and I'm going to, take this one personal.
Still, at only 32 years old, the quarterback has shown his worth this season. Geno will be a free agent in 2023. Although he will not ask for a top-tier contract, keeping him on the team and using the draft selection elsewhere, perhaps on the offensive line, definitely makes sense. And seeing the way the 2022 season played out for both Smith and Wilson, the Seahawks front office should have no doubt that they made the right call when they decided to cut Russ.
We didn't finish the way we like to, but that defense went out there and got it done. They won that game for us, and that's what we need all year. All the phases, we got to do it like that all year.
Like, not only is Geno the future, but he's also the present. He's giving the performances of a lifetime, while Wilson has a long road ahead of him, one that involves a lot of rebuilding. Which is kind of ironic since that's what people thought the Seahawks would have to do after he left. Guess no one expected a newcomer like Geno to step up like this. But they should now. He's shown us what he can do, and more importantly, he's shown potential to get better. Something that is incredibly important when a team is betting its whole future on one player. Let's just hope Smith sticks to the routine and doesn't get too full of himself after his recent performances. Although, I'll admit, he's allowed to be a little cocky. Like, just look at the guy. There's just no one that's doing it like him. And folks, that's been the latest on Sean Payton's contract negotiations and if Geno Smith is the future of the Seattle Seahawks.